It's time.
They can hear us time. They can hear us time.
Well,
it's the time where they can hear
couldn't.
us.
Now
Yeah.
they're
See, that went flat because you started making fun of my "They Can Hear Us" song.
Well, it was a bad song, to be fair.
I wouldn't call it bad. I'd call it okay.
I wouldn't call it bad. I'd call it of a poor quality.
Semantics.
Yeah.
See, Alessandra said
Whatever
she couldn't
that
even hear
means.
us.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
As
A
Dr.
horse.
on Table the Musical.
A horse apiece.
Yeah.
6 of 1 would be a really fucked up Borg.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah.
As we
I
all
am.
laugh at the Borg joke. Yeah.
Killer Borg joke, Ben.
Thank you.
We're not going to
Thank you,
top
we get
it. We're not going to top it.
All right, well, that's the end of the show.
Yeah. This is a sweet Borg joke. And now we got to call it.
So, ART and LB spells out Blart, as Zandara pointed out yesterday, as in Paul Blart Mall Cop. I think that's why we work so well together.
Yeah. I think when
'Cause-
we get together, it's...
Yeah, we make a Blart,
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful Blart.
And all form the head.
Can I be the segue?
Nice.
I'm going to be the disappointed size of thousands of theater goers.
Cool.
Or the daughter.
Or the daughter. It's one or the other. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Why not
It could probably
both?
be both.
This is a
Yeah.
weird.
Will be the very, very satisfied fan base of people with bad senses of humor.
Okay, good.
So Adam Sandler.
The guy. Hey, he used to be funny. I mean, I was 13, but
Stop looking at me, Swan.
still holds up.
Yeah.
Look at the
definitely.
die clown.
You know, I gotta say, those first couple movies, really good.
Yeah. What
I
happened?
still love them.
I don't know. I
So
miss
Price
those,
is wrong, bitch.
This could be our milk.
Those are good movies.
Yeah.
So hot. Want to touch the boobies.
So good, Adam Sandler.
Quite impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good.
I'm a little worried.
You know, the only problem is that an impression you can brag about?
No.
No.
Well, Bagheera's got one of my favorites. Somebody's closer.
I remember that one really well because they put that in the commercial for it, like the trailer. And
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and it's like, what does that mean? It doesn't make sense out of context, but then it made a lot of sense. I think Happy Gilmore is like the best one aside from Wedding Singer, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Happy Gilmore is my favorite.
Yeah. Because it's Shooter McGavin. Shooter McGavin made that movie.
Well, let's go down to the bay and eat some hay.
It's
I
me.
just may. What do you say?
I have a story, a real life story based on that. It's very short. It goes like this. My dad was an avid golfer. I always thought golf was stupid. I saw Happy Gilmore. I figure, all right, I'll go golfing with Dad if he'll let me, which was a mistake, obviously. And I said, okay, can I try something on hole one? Now, this was a golf course that was around a VA hospital, a Veterans Affairs hospital. It was just
Okay.
like around the grounds of it for some strange reason.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, of course, hole one being the easiest hole, the lowest par, I think that's the term, par, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That you're not meant to necessarily even use a full driver on or whatever. No. Give me the wood.
Did you
Let
use
me-
a one? Did you use a one wood?
I have no idea. I don't know golf things. So
Give me the one.
I grabbed a big wood and I lined up
Yeah, you did.
like Happy Gilmore and I ran at the thing. Now, if we're being honest, I had no business even connecting on that thing. But of course I did. And it was a mighty smash. And of course, broadside on the hospital. Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm glad I missed the window by about 4 feet or so, but good God, that came too close.
Meanwhile, someone inside's having PTSD because something hit
Yep.
the wall.
Seriously. It was a mighty
God.
crack.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
I nearly
job.
killed a bunny golfing.
Oh,
Jesus.
no.
Yeah.
You're a hazard.
My
Did
story.
you almost hit it, or did you actually hit it?
No, I almost hit it.
Okay.
I just don't go golfing because it's dumb.
I made that bunny grateful for every day.
Telling all of its little bunny friends. And then this white ball just came out of nowhere and hit the ground right in front of me and just kept on going.
The bunny is now an inspirational speaker in the bunny community. He's just like, let me tell you about a day that changed my life.
His name is Tony Rabbits.
Oh, God.
Then at that moment,
No
I
more
know.
talking
Night.
tonight. That's enough. That's it.
Ah,
You've peaked.
oh, so speaking of Winona Ryder, I totally ruined the first new Star Trek movie for Sarah. So when she's, old woman Spock's mom and she walks up to him, she's all, Spock. I just immediately said, let me tell you about a man with scissors for hands. And just destroyed the movie for her.
Yeah, that would do it. Way to go.
Like she uses the same old lady voice and it's so just wrong and fake.
Yeah. But she was wrong in that movie. That was just a weird thing.
she was still so hot.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like she doesn't look like Spock's mom. I'm sorry.
I like the Winona Ryder gif where she's like watching a pizza fly through the air.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that's excellent.
That's my Winona Ryder.
What's your Winona Ryder?
Every time I close my eyes.
I think Beetlejuice Winona Ryder.
That's a good one.
Yeah, sure. If you want something practical, I like my Winona Ryder watching Invisible Pizzas.
Or just
Yeah.
real life Winona Ryder during the Stranger Things, like not with a pizza, but just standing there.
No,
Yeah.
because then it's sad.
I just like. Did you hear what that other actor was reading off at the acceptance speech? Because it was
Some of
fucking
it.
weird.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like I saw. Of course, I saw the GIF and everything like way before I had any context for it, which is way funnier. Like without the context.
Yeah, because it's just like,
Well, when you
Oh.
hear it, you do understand a little bit of why she's doing that, but she's obviously taking it way.
Yeah,
way
but like
over
that's the kind of shit that I would do without thinking, It's just like you're really excited, you won an award, somebody's saying some stupid shit, but you're so excited anyway, and it's just like I'm just caught up
Like,
in the moment.
Best day ever. What the hell are you saying?
Yeah. You're just like
Still a good day, but what?
hopped up on life. I do shit like that all the time.
Why
I've
are
got
you
this-
talking about Smurfs?
My mom has this VHS of me in grade 6 on stage dressed as an elf because my class is doing this Christmas play, and I can do this thing where I can like scratch the bottom of my nose with the top of my lip. I can't do it right now because I'm wearing a lot of lipstick, but I do that, just whatever. And so I was doing that on stage between my lines, and I look stupid, but it's just like you're not thinking about it. But yeah.
I can just picture. And then Santa came to the workshop and gave us all jobs.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. And our costumes were made out of garbage bags because we were poor.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with garbage bag costumes.
No, but it just made me look.
That's
even
called
more pathetic.
ingenuity.
Sure.
You were
But-
just trashy the elf.
Yes.
there.
No, I've grown into trash can the elf.
You
Moving
grew
into,
up.
Yeah, moving into an entire dumpster fire as we speak. Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
So on that, let's go ahead and do a show. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
I
we
mean,
can.
we can. It's one of the options we have.
Yeah, true. But
What are the other options?
Not doing a show.
I could just keep feeding this cat cheese.
That's
off of your thumb?
Why? Yeah, that's my thumb.
We're gonna get banned. Oh, you guys are gonna get banned.
Is
We'll be
your
fine.
leg itchy?
It's always itchy.
the
Kids knows here.
itchiest leg. Just it's always gotta scratch it.
Yeah, that's one itch I can't scratch.
When I get stressed out, my leg itches. When I'm bored, my leg itches. When I see a pretty picture, my leg itches.
Yeah, when I'm sad,
When I
really sad.
Smell rain, my leg itches.
Only it's just
No
when I'm
rain.
alone though, which is weird.
Really, it's the opposite for me. It's really difficult at work. My legs get really itchy.
Oh no.
But then I have tendonitis, so something I can do about it.
All right. What are we doing, Ben?
I'm kicking us off with welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 250. My name is Ben Bumhofer, and this week is a special week just because the roundtable is a little bit fuller than normal. With me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hello, Ben. It's 2018 here in Azeroth.
Yeah! We're at a dumpster fire 2017.
You know, I don't want to celebrate what we don't know yet. I don't want to be the person that's like, yeah, we escaped, and then 2018 is the end of the world, maybe. You don't know.
I know, but I'm just saying that it's new, it's fresh. It could be anything right now, and that's great.
Okay. You know what, Ben? I
Yeah.
leave you to your hopeful self, and congratulations on a fantastic 2018 for you.
Thank you. Hey, it started off right so far for me, so I'm pretty good.
We do have some good news in this new year, though.
Yes.
And that is our guests.
Yes.
That was me passing to you to introduce
Okay,
the guests.
Because, sometimes you just jump right in with it and stuff, so I was just agreeing. But anyways, so with us this week, we have our friends, our loved ones, the people who we are able to give hugs to whenever we see. Thorn and Thyst from Lagging Balls. Hello, both of you.
Hey.
Hey.
250. That's a lot of damn shows.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. And it's our
crap.
250th episode.
Congratulations.
All right, we did it.
Yep.
Cool. Well, this is the end. This is
All
the last
right.
episode we're doing.
Good
so-
night.
Is this the
Congratulations, guys.
second
Thanks for having us
time
on.
we've had you guys on for like a big number show of some kind, and we weren't
like it
doing
is.
anything for it?
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll
Oh,
just say
well,
that
hey.
having you guys on is our new thing when we
There you
need to
go.
do a big show.
Clearly, we are your milestone.
Yeah,
we're
we
cool with
bring
that.
the party.
I think the last time it was like our 3-year or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I don't know.
200.
200th show?
I don't know. Let's look.
Maybe 200? I
I'll
don't
go
know.
back.
50
I'll look.
shows ago.
You'll find out, John.
Ben, yeah, I'll be the
Okay.
fact checker here.
Cool. All right. Well, what everybody loves on a podcast is fact checking live, as everybody is prone to do.
Well, you know what's
That's
a
the
great
best-
thing about having 4 people on the show, Ben?
that
is
people
that
can actually talk about
People
things
can
while
keep
the other
the
person's
thing
fact
going.
checking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for that fact to get checked though.
I know. We're actually just eagerly anticipating what that is. That's why I haven't moved
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Because-
actually.
The thing I hate more is moving on and then like halfway through a sentence, just it was this. So, I figure we're just killing time.
Yeah.
You know,
I also like
we're-
that since you're on camera, we can actually look at you and like wait on you
Yeah.
to check the fact.
The last time you guys were on was episode 230, so I don't know what it
Oh.
would have been then. Is 230 significant in any
No,
way?
it was like I don't know, 2 maybe 3 times ago, something like that.
All
But
right.
anyways,
I'll
it
keep
doesn't
going
matter.
then, Ben.
Doesn't
We've hit
doesn't
this table
matter.
so many times.
Yeah, we're just having fun. That's what
Oh
we're
yeah.
doing.
All night
But
long.
yeah,
Sweet
but speaking
Cece.
of fun, it is a brand new year, like John said, and even more so, it's a brand new year in World of Warcraft.
They're on
Yay!
episode 220 as well. We have them on like every 10 episodes.
You just
Okay,
get like
well,
this
guys.
tingling feeling every couple episodes. You're like,
Are you
"Oh,
good with
Lagging
coming on
Balls
260?
Yeah, it's the 10
All
episode
over it.
milestones.
Yeah,
All over
okay.
It's been
Will be
another
your
10
decade.
episodes. Azeroth Roundtable once again pats itself on the back.
We'll just have you on the even episodes. Just like, yeah, another 2 episodes. Woo!
Oh, we wrecked it. 208 was the time before that.
No.
Oh.
But it had a pretty good name with Nosh Hellscream.
That
Nice.
was a good one. That was.
Oh
But
man.
anyways, yeah, World of Warcraft. This is a show about that, believe it or not. We have no idea what to talk about because so many things are going on all over the place, and honestly, I haven't been playing too much because of the holidays.
What the hell?
I know, right? What's up with that?
You got like other stuff to do? Like you got other priorities? Like is that what you're saying?
Sometimes.
Isn't that funny
But-
how family is so good at getting in the way of fun?
Wasn't a
Well,
problem
I
for
don't
me
know.
this year. I ignored the family completely.
Good job, John. You're what we're all striving for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you want to go meet up with the family for a big Christmas dinner? I was like, no, I'm busy.
Well,
geez.
that's good.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I'm sorry that you guys had such a crappy Christmas. With your loved ones not playing WoW all the time. That's really too
Yeah.
bad. I
It is total.
I managed to play a lot.
Cool.
Best Christmas. Yeah, no, it was great.
Did you? What are you up? So what are you up to in WoW?
What am I up to?
Yeah, what are you getting
Sure.
up to? What sort
That's
of trouble?
kind of personal.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Azeroth Roundtable is the hard-hitting, deep questions. Questions that you won't hear anywhere else on any other podcast, like, what are you doing in WoW right now?
I've never heard that before.
I love when people ask that question though, because it's like if somebody was like, "Hey, Thyst, what's up in your life right now?" I'd be like,
Well, I've been
You
doing
know.
Battlegrounds.
"Yeah, I'm just doing some BGs. I'm like 6 of 11 in interest. What's going on?" Then they're like, "That's not what I asked you, Thyst." And I'm like, "Well, that's what's going on in my life." So, yeah, but yeah, no, that's actually it. Like BGs, especially this week, because it's a BG bonus weekend. The BG. BG TBG
Okay.
BW.
The extra B is for BYOB.
That's a typo.
Bring your own battleground.
But yeah, doing that, and I think we're 6 of 11 on heroic interest at the moment. But Christmas just threw a huge wrench into all that. Unfortunately,
Friggin' holidays ruining
I
rating.
know.
Oh man, you want to talk about holidays ruining rating? I don't think I rated for like 2.5 weeks or something until Wednesday this week, and boy oh boy do we do awesome. We're still going through on normal, and we killed the portal keeper, which was awesome, and it's the first time that I soloed the healing on the bottom, which was really tough to do, and then we did ANR for the very first time, and that fight is really cool.
I know, right?
Nice.
Oh my god, I love that fight so much. It's
John?
like, yeah, John, what do you think?
Have you heard of the fight at all?
It's
No. I'm
you know,
like seriously. Did you do LFR or anything? Have you done the fight?
No, I have not done the fight.
Okay, it's tower defense, but in WoW.
Okay, I can get behind this.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
There's like this like upper, lower, and middle path, and there's doorways, and enemies spawn, and you have to constantly kind of break off into 2 teams. You split the party, and you're working in the middle together, but then you're going to the top and the bottom and everything. And it's really cool. I freaking love that fight.
Is there
and then all of a sudden it was just over.
Instruction that the raid leader would give me that I could break because I find it funny?
Possibly.
Because if there's one thing I've learned about raiding, and that is when you have to split the raid, the most fun thing is when you're told something like, say, John, or guys, please leave opening boxes to designated box openers so that I can then run around and open as many boxes as I want because it makes me laugh.
Well, you could. I mean, there's nothing exactly like that, but what you could do is race everybody to get to the next spot. Because there's 2 different ways. There's the catapult, or you use your extra action button, then you get really pretty fairy wings and get shot up into the air and fly around.
Yeah.
I like the extra action bar giving me fairy wings because I feel like my WoW life should reflect my real life.
Yeah, totally. But it's cool because like you don't just have to rely on like floating down. Like you can use the action, like once you like shoot up into the air, you can shoot back down whenever you're ready.
Mhm.
And the nice thing is like there's extra like boosts around the map, so you can get to like upper levels and lower levels quickly. And the best part is like if you fall off, it shoots you back up, so it's not like insta death, So it's got this like nice little allowance for messing around, because we definitely did that the first time we went in there. We downed the boss and then we just like flew around and tried to reenact Fern Gully because we're really cool.
Here's our fun reenactment of Fern Gully, everyone's favorite movie.
We've got to stop the big giant machine.
Yeah.
And who gets to be Robin Williams?
We all do, but we're all fairies also.
That
and
works.
we're also Tim Curry the whole time. So, it was great.
No, seriously though, that fight is freaking awesome. I absolutely
really
love
is. I've heard a lot of people who do not like it, and it's just like if you don't like the fight, you can at least appreciate the way it sort of breaks up the raid a little bit.
Yes.
And it's I can't think of anything like it, honestly. And so it's just something that I look forward to, And you can get pretty creative with the action button. Like you can like fly up and shoot things from above if they're going too fast. You can put dots on them and stuff. It kind of reminds me of PvP, honestly, because there's just like there's so much like moving and stuff. Yeah, it gives you extra utility, but then you can also use your own utility if you've got it for movement, and just I don't know. It's just an interesting fight.
Okay, now I need to see if I can heal like while floating above everybody else. Because what's cool is, I get the one heal off and everything, and then I have my Healy stream that I have for whenever I run around and stuff.
Yeah.
And it'd just be really cool to just be raining down heals on people as I'm floating through the air.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah, it would.
Totally be fun. But so it's kind of funny that you bring up the whole, break in different raids and everything like that. Some of them just pop into mind, like the boxes that John talked about, the airship, chess event, and Karazhan stuff. WoW has a lot of different, wildly changing mechanics throughout all the different raids and everything. Yeah. And instead of like what's your favorite raid fight or boss, what's your favorite like weird instance or raid fight? I mean, they've been super creative with that stuff. Really John, would you say that Spoils of Pandora is like kind of one of your favorite weird one-off ones?
Yeah, probably. As much as I realize, like, people who've listened to the show long enough hearing me go from "it's just trash the fight" to now being like, "Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite encounters." Yeah, it absolutely is.
Do you remember how hard it was to figure that out at the beginning?
Oh yeah,
like how to do it at all.
It's very obscure. It's very weird. But I like any fight where you can make it kind of more challenging and more fun on the fly. Not just like, oh, I activated a hard mode, but like, guys, this is we're getting a little too good. Not great, not let's go to heroic great, but we're just a little bit better than we should be. I'm gonna just click all these boxes. And then everyone's like, what are we doing? And then you have a really good fight. And like, to me, that's really fun. Although, actually, chat, yes. Helgen was the safety dance, right? Do I have that right? Or is that a...
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was so much fun.
S-S-S-S-A.
We used to play that. Or wait, did I just play that to myself?
No, we used to play it.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Yeah. John, were you there the one time where we had that going for a half hour?
Yes.
So you guys are familiar with the fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our what, 25-man group that did this? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was our 25-man group, and we're going in there doing the safety dance, and kind of slowly, people are getting picked off here and there and everything. And then finally it gets to the point where it's what was it? A tank, a healer, and like one melee and one ranged?
I don't even know if it was that many people.
Man.
There was barely anybody up.
Yeah, and so they're going through, and I mean, they're nailing the dance like perfectly and going through, and so many people are like, just wipe it, but we're like, no, we need to see this through. And I was one of the ones who was up for like a while, but I finally did end up dying because the healer had to choose tank or a mage. So
yeah.
And back then in Wrath, mages didn't get a ton of healing because anyways, but so we're sitting there, and I swear it was like at least 30, maybe. I think overall like 35 minutes. I was gonna say
30 minutes. I think is actually underselling it. I think it was 30 minutes from people saying wipe it.
Yeah, and like
people timed out to the graveyard. That happened, and the fight was still going on.
Whoa.
And there were people who got kicked out of the game for AFK because they weren't watching it anymore. Like it was rough. And then you guys all still wiped.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no! I thought that. No.
We probably had 3% left on the boss.
I'm so sorry. I was expecting you guys to say, "And we got it. We did it," but you didn't do it.
I think ultimately, wasn't it someone saying, "Oh, I know where the one safe spot is. Let's stand there for the rest of the fight"?
I've heard that before. That's not a thing that's real in any way.
No, there is actually one spot where the goo won't get you, or at least there used to be. I don't know if there still is or not. But watching everybody try to find that exact little crack to stand on, and then having the whole group just there, just doesn't work. because always someone's like slightly to the left or slightly to the right, because you're not just like all right on top of it and everything. And I don't know how many times people are like, we're doing it this way. I'm like, no, just do the dance. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. The dance is way more fun. We did the strat where you just stand in the safe spot, and boy, it made that fight boring. I don't like.
I had to look it up, guys. I didn't raid during this time, so.
Oh man,
it's a video of it running silently here to see what you're talking about, and wow, that looks awesome.
Oh, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. That the other one of my other favorite fights in there was Lotheb, which the only reason it had that name is because it was an anagram of Healbot, and it made it so that healers couldn't use Healbot for that fight because there's only like a couple seconds in there where you can actually heal. The rest of the time, no healing whatsoever. But the point is that you had to out DPS it before everybody died. So there's these spores going around that you have to destroy, but you have to destroy with like a couple other people. So you get the buff that bumps, I think it's your crit. So that you have like almost 100% crit. And there were some really like just simple creative mechanics there that were just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that raid was crazy good.
What? I want to go to Nax now.
Right?
I haven't wanted to go there in a long time too, man.
Snacks Ramus?
Oh,
Yeah.
Delicious. Delicious. It was weird because like when you asked the question initially, I wanted to say Trilliax, but like that's not that much of a unique fight, but the character was so unique and like just the things that he said and the way he said them and his accent and everything, like it's cool how like WoW can make a fight unique with mechanics or with a theme or with a crazy character who wants to, what did he want to do, cut off my head or something like that.
Something like that. I mean, the previous master, his hands were somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about him anymore. Now I'm worried about a coven of ladies trying to roast my limbs.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of the new stuff on LFR yet, so we haven't seen a ton of it. But we're currently doing the dance with the pod people, which is pretty cool too. Although we're struggling with it, but it's pretty cool. So
I love that
we're going to be taking care of that on Sunday.
I'm gonna help you take care of that.
Yeah.
Another really good example of like voice acting making a fight that's kind of just a fight, but the character got so much was the XT002 deconstructor from Oldmore. Like you go up there and you're like, all right, we're gonna fight a big robot, and then it's just robot. Toys to and you're just like, oh man, this is so good. This is gonna be the best fight. And the little temper tantrum. No.
That's really good.
Wow.
Well, again, that's John's normal voice.
Yeah, this is my show voice.
Yeah.
Got it.
Normally I sound like that.
Well, that was actually a really fun fight anyway, just because of the bomb bots that were coming out. Like, John, you never saw them because you were always on XT. But they're always like these groups of bomb bots coming out that we had to either AoE down or like hope and pray that we can like single target before it gets to XT because they heal them. Well, the bomb bots don't, but the scrap bots with them do and stuff like that. And it was just really awesome and so much fun.
Whoa.
But so Thorn, do you have a favorite kind of offshoot boss?
I do. I don't know if we can break the fourth wall here, but Taryn Gregory's in the chat, and he just mentioned that he was in a studio when they recorded the voiceover for Deconstructor. He said it's not a voice modulation, that came out of the actor as is.
Holy crap!
That's so good.
That is amazing.
That's absolutely amazing, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that. That's incredible.
Nice.
So in terms of the question, sorry, I got distracted there because that's a really cool fact.
That is super cool.
One of my favorites is Darumu, believe it or not.
What?
Because everybody was so bad at it, so I excelled so hard by just being able to do it.
Wait, which one is this one?
That's the big eye in the middle.
Oh, with the maze.
Yeah. From Pandaria.
Oh,
and then you had to run the shadow maze. And I think it was because I was running on such a bad computer that the graphics were so low that the maze was really clear. It was super easy. I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand what the problem is. Why does everybody have such a problem with this?
Man,
it's so easy.
I don't think I've ever completed that fight without dying.
Oh, wow.
That's the other thing. You can get really good at a mechanic and end up liking a fight that maybe other people don't just because you've mastered the mechanic.
That's like Alessandra for me in Nighthold. I just got really good at it. And like having blink helps and stuff too, like a double blink, so I could get out of situations without like worrying about junk. And I just got really good, and everybody hated it, but I liked it. And it's neat because like sometimes there's always like somebody who takes to a fight immediately, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's always people in your raid who maybe will never ever get that fight, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's some fights and like I'm gonna kill it because I'm like a super high level and it's old content, but at the same time I'm still sweating because I've got so many nightmares about like just
Oh
naturally
god, I dropped the puddle on the
sucking at
tanks
it.
again. Oh crap.
Exactly. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. I think that's why raiding is just like such a continually awesome end game content thing to do, because all of this content is just so creative and diverse and just like so oddly specifically different, that like different types of people get things and different types of people don't, and it just gives Larry a chance to shine, whereas Mark doesn't, and vice versa on the next boss or whatever.
Damn it, Mark.
Exactly.
Way to go,
Yeah.
Larry. We believed in you.
Good job, Larry.
I actually feel like that's kind of where I come down on raiding. Like, for me, knowing the mechanics of the fight and executing on the mechanic side, that's a strength for me. That's a part I always have a really easy time with. I'm usually one of, if not the last person to die to a boss once wipe is called. It just tends to be the way. However, you look at my DPS, it's in the middle. It's not great. Like, doing my rotation and all of that, could be a lot better. Could be considerably improved, we'll say. But
that's one of the reasons why I'm always happy when you come and join us for raid, is because I'm like, okay, quick and dirty explanation on this fight. Like, okay, so there's a running joke with our raid team that, you know, if Ro does the explanation or if Tetsemi does the explanation, it can, you know, they let you know what everything is and what happens and stuff like that, and it's good. You know, I'm not knocking them. But because they're letting you know everything, like even like, okay, the tanks are going to do this, but you know, Nevermore and Tetsemi are the tanks, so you don't need to know that part. So I always jump in with the quick and dirty, which is like, okay, you're melee, you're going to stand here, do this. Okay, what about all the other stuff that was being said? You don't have to worry about any of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I like when Ben explains fights to me, because Ben knows that as soon as Rose starts telling me how to do a fight, my eyes have just glazed over and I miss all of it. He tried to explain spoils to me the first time I was doing that, and oh my gosh. He got done and I think I said, now what now?
Because, and again, he's giving you all the information, so he explained what each in every mob did, which... Yeah. That's good information, but if you're just coming right in the things, you'd be like, oh, just kill stuff. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that's what I needed.
Well, it's funny because way back when Nevermore was actually a healer, and she's like, okay, what do I need to know for this fight after or before like every new fight? I'm like, heal everybody. Don't stand and stuff and heal everybody. Right? Like, we're good. So, yeah.
Yeah, don't.
And you know, like, that's really like the underappreciated art of raiding is like there's the pulling people together, right? Yeah. And then there's the making people accountable in a way that keeps it fun without making it a job, right?
Yep.
And then there's
really hard sometimes.
Absolutely. And then there's the nuances of like explaining a fight where you don't overdo it, but you get enough information to a group of people where the disparate interests of the group are going to dictate that you want every version of that. Mm-hmm. Somebody in that group wants every single version of that. It's not going to be enough, or it's going to be too much, you know, for every group. So
exactly. And like I said, the Ro and Tetsemi explanations, they're needed because there are people who use that, like I do a lot of the time. Even if I've seen the video, I'm like, okay, let's see what they have to say about it. Okay, this is how we're going to do it because, you know, we adjust our strat based on, you know, what we have with us and everything like that. And I mean, it works really well. And the fact that there's so many different facets of raiding is something that is just, it's interesting, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, it just not even just the, you know, the Holy Trinity and everything, but like, okay, well, range DPS need to worry about this, but hunters have this extra thing that they're able to do so they can soak this. And I mean, there's so much strategy that goes into this. Like, I honestly don't know how it gets balanced sometimes. Yeah, and then there are times I'm like, oh, that's really not balanced right. But
sometimes it's just balanced for some groups better than others even. You know, like some fights require people like Ro to explain everything.
Mhm.
But that
Exactly.
means that fight requires somebody like Ro to be at that raid, you know?
Mhm.
And that's just another thing. Like, that's just another way for a person like that to shine, you know? Like, Larry does that cool thing, Mark does that cool thing, Ro does that cool thing on that fight.
Damn it, Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry,
No,
you
no,
let us
Larry
down.
did a cool thing. You know what? Larry's trying. Larry actually got his AP up to, like 75 concordance, so now he's got everything unlocked rune-wise. So you know what? Let's
Damn,
give Larry a hand.
75.
Damn, Larry.
Yes, Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Damn,
Larry.
damn,
Best
Larry.
Step it up, Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I
Freaking
mean,
Mark.
and it's true, and you can't. At the end of the day, you can't cover all the bases. I know when we were doing Kill Jaden, I wanted just the quick and dirty because I'm not going to remember everything. I'm not going to
Yeah.
keep track of all of it. So it's
Mhm.
like, okay, just tell me the big scope of it. And even the detailed versions aren't going to give you exactly what you need. So I died, I think it was on like it's my second time seeing him, because that orb that he slowly drops in the middle, where everybody kind of gathers around it, I stood directly under it. Because I was like,
Mhm.
I'm right in the middle. Like they
What
told me,
everybody's doing.
they told me go
I'm
to the
going to
middle.
receive
I am
this ball.
literally at the middle, and then I blew up, and it was like, what happened? And it's like, no, you need to be in the middle-ish, not the literal middle, middle-ish. And it's
Yeah.
like nobody will think to tell somebody, okay, don't be directly under it. You just want to be here. But those are the things you learn the hard way, and it's like, okay,
Oh, why is
well,
everybody not standing right in the middle? I'm doing this the best.
yeah, I'm way
Yeah.
better at this than them. They're gonna,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
That's-
really, really close for them. I'm gonna be safe. Oh, I wasn't
Yeah,
safe.
yeah.
That's why I really miss the line of sight gaming 2-minute guides that
Yeah.
they used to do, because I feel like they gave you kind of everything that you like really, really, really needed to know, and then their the motion graphics they did for it,
Yeah.
super
worked out
stripped
really well.
down, just circles, and the circles are moving, and this is where you should be, and they
Yeah.
shift over here at this point, and then they shift back, and
Yeah.
like you can't
Like,
get any
it
more
was-
stripped down or clear than that.
It was animated infographics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
I
perfect.
took to that really well.
Like arrow, shift, arrow,
Yep.
shift,
Yep.
dots, arrow, shift. I mean, it was
But that's-
perfect.
Oh, more dots, more dots.
But that's yet another thing. Like, some people are visual learners. Some people have to read about
Yeah.
it. Some people actually have to do it and wipe like 8 times before they get it. Some people never get it. It's just, but it all depends on what fight it is. And sometimes it just depends on what spec you are, or what class you are, or who you are as a person, or how you feel that day. Like, it's so cool, and all of those factors just make it so magical when you find like a cohesive team
Oh yeah.
that
I think-
actually get along.
One of my favorites that happened, I don't remember the name of the fight, but it's the one where there's bombs going around. You have to jump in the pit when you have the bomb, so when you explode, it pops you back up on the ledge.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Maiden.
That's such a cool fight too.
So that fight's cool, but I could tell that once the instructions went out, the instructions were being given for maybe a bulk of the people, because there was this generic rule that was given. It was my first time seeing it, that was, as soon as you get it, jump in the hole. So I did, and it turns out you can jump in that hole way too soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're saying that because for a lot of people, maybe it takes a minute to recognize I have it and jump in the hole. But I got it. I was like, second I get it, I'm jumping in that hole. I got it, jumped in that hole, and died. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, you listen to direction.
I followed directions perhaps
Again,
too well.
I like it when he comes to raid. I really do. Yeah, and it's funny because after like some of those explanations go out and everything, I'll be like, even if I've seen the video or know everything that's going to happen or something, all of a sudden I'm just like, well, let's just see the fight, see what happens, because until you actually get in there and experience it, like, you can talk about a strategy and a concept as much as you humanly want, and then you wipe after 5 seconds. I mean, that's happened before.
Yeah, it
And
happens a lot.
even when I was warned, because I wasn't Avatar of Sargeras, oh, don't heal the off tank who's picking up the Avatar or the Maiden or whatever, like, right away, even if they're taking damage, because you're gonna get that thing right on you and you will die right away. First time we're in there, I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, they're taking damage. I'm dead. Yeah. Sometimes I don't always listen either.
Yeah, but that's how you learn. And like,
Exactly.
I think a lot of people need to recognize that sometimes when that's happening, it's just progression, and that
Yeah.
the act of progressing trying and then wiping and trying and wiping is really important. And it's literally the only way that you're going to get through that boss. Like, you can invite all the pugs you want. You can talk through it all you want. You can get all the gear you want. But, like, you're not going to achieve this until every single person has it. And sometimes that just requires a lot of progression. Yes, sometimes you go in and you one-shot something for whatever reason, and it's great. And then you feel really great about yourself, and, like, your whole life's been validated. So you move on to the next boss, and you're like, I got this. Whatever, and then you don't.
They call me Johnny One Shot because I one shot.
That's not why they call me Johnny One Shot, but sure. But yeah.
Oh, my leg itches.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my legs itchy right now.
On account of my itchy leg. That's why I get that name.
Oh no.
But we ran into some progression last night, and we haven't had a lot of difficult progression yet. And I loved it. It's great. It feels good to just like work on something as a team. And yeah, it sucks when you get it down to like 2% or whatever, and then everybody gets tilted and wants to leave. But it's just like, you kind of have to like sometimes step back and realize that like you are progressing. Like, that's why they call it progression. It's yes, there are some times where you're literally just banging your head against the wall, and there's a lot of things that you do need to change, and maybe you need to take a break because everybody is too tilted to function, and maybe nobody actually really knows what they're doing, so they have to watch videos or go try it in LFR or whatever. Sometimes it's not progression, but usually it is, and it's important. So sometimes you just have to like stand back and just remind your team that like this is a good thing. Like, every time we're doing this, it's getting better.
It's funny because, I'm glad that you said that, because we're about to hit probably, if we do kill the pod boss on Sunday, we're going to hit more progression with more bosses as we get to them and everything. And, we've had a really good run in Antorus so far. We've downed, I think, 4 or 5 bosses now or something like that, which that's pretty good for us. I mean, this entire expansion, we've actually been, defeating the normal raid tier before the next expansion or the next patch, awesome. Raid patch came out. So we've been like totally on our game for us. So I'm really happy about that. But great. The thing about progression and everything that I find like cool, but then it also shows where we're lacking, is when, we're going through, we're on a new boss and everything. We're doing awesome. We're getting all the mechanics, and then we hit the enrage timer.
Yeah.
Because then at that point it's like, okay, we know what we need. Let's get that now. Because we've got this dance down, and this is great, but DPS kills a boss, and we just need that tiny little bit more. And that's when I like start neglecting healing sometimes and start going and punching and kicking things. Like, if we're like 5% left and enrage, it's like, okay, we can get this 5% somewhere, whether it's like, okay, we should have used a battle res earlier, or someone was like off, not paying attention, or we split the DPS on 2 different ads as opposed to single shot or whatever. So
does everybody have a rune on?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my gosh, those augment runes, like it's so surprising at how little you think they are, but they make such a difference sometimes.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Pre-potting is one of those things that actually can make a difference too, John.
I don't know what you're talking about. Pre-potting sounds like the dumbest mechanic I've ever heard, and I refuse to engage in it. I can't say that. Everybody knows I pre-potted. I did. I'm a hypocrite if I say that I didn't. I totally did. And we won the time that I did it, so I can't say bad things.
You kind of understand
anymore.
Now.
Yeah, it was like, wiped on Kill Jaden, wiped on Kill Jaden, wiped on Kill Jaden. Okay, fine, I'll pre-pot. We're getting him down to like 1%. Fine, whatever. Pre-potted, and then we killed him. I was like, ah!
Yep. It's important.
It's all John's fault. He's holding us back.
If only he would pre-pot.
I like doing stuff before a pull. It's immersion, It's like, I need to drink this potion so I'm stronger, and put on this rune so I'm stronger. It's like, and I miss like putting buffs on people, like intellect, obviously for mages and stuff. Like, I just feel useful. I'm like this is me getting ready. It's like before I was in like a whole bunch of bands growing up, and before a gig, like, you tune up your bass, and like you'd work on your vocal exercises. You'd make sure everybody was in the same tuning and stuff, and you'd go on and like you test the levels and you test the sound and everything, and it feels good, like you feel like you're ready. You can't just like go into something, with your magic spells and throw them at things all willy-nilly.
What I think does it for me the reason I don't like it. Because I do
Tell me.
like what you're saying. I like the concept of, like I played The Witcher, and The Witcher's really cool because it's like, I gotta fight this ghost. And to fight this ghost, I'm gonna need to drink these potions, and I'm gonna need to meditate and put these oils on my sword. And it's like, yeah, this is super cool. I feel like a badass. I'm prepared. I think the reason I don't like pre-potting in WoW is because it feels like I'm cheating a mechanic. It doesn't feel like I'm doing a cool guy thing to fight a monster. It feels like, hey, we found this stupid loophole to how the game works, and now it's a thing you got to do.
I get you on that. Would you feel differently about it if they allowed one potion cooldown at the beginning of the fight?
Yeah, if there was like hey, you can line this up to be your pre-potion, like that alone, I think would make me feel better about it.
I never thought of it that way. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So I don't like the idea of cheating the game ever.
Yeah. Unless it's
play a mage.
What is
no cheating there?
Supposed to mean?
No, and if you're implying
Still
cheating, that's magic, sir. That's magic.
No more ports for you.
I play a rogue. Magic seems like cheating to me.
So do you guys have any other than like pre-potting and stuff like that, like any rituals that you guys do before a poll, like especially if it's something that you've been working on like progression wise? Like as an example, like we have if it's like getting really bad, I usually say things like let's end this with more hit points than the boss. Of course, one of our battle cries is boobies.
Nice.
Naturally.
Solid battle cry.
Yeah.
We've had things like on like the 16th wipe, like, okay, let's one shot it now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
This one's a one shot.
Yeah.
We've also had like, okay, everybody has to have a pet out. Okay, now everybody has to have a bug out. All right, now everybody has to swap blast their what's the term for switching your mog or your appearances? I forget what that's called. Swap blaster, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah,
See,
sometimes
we
have to pull everything as like crabs or something like that. Everybody's got to be a crab to start.
Yes.
Yeah. Or Gammon will save us.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crab people.
Yeah, we have Team Wolf Mage, mainly because back when all of the people who played mages were actually mages, we used the what is it, the Claw of Moonfang or whatever that turns you into a wolf with the little moon over your head.
Nice.
And since then we have Aludra, who is now a demon hunter. Me, I'm the monk, and Old Man Franks, which is sometimes the mage. I mean, he's jumped back and forth, and he'll kill me by not saying that he is totally a mage right now. But we still pull Team Wolf Mage, and it's great because Arslan joined in too.
I was a wolf mage one time.
I know. I was happy about that.
Yeah, I liked it. I like that toy.
You understand the greatness of Team Wolf Mage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Team Wolf Mage is a little overrated. I think they perhaps think too highly of themselves.
Listen.
No.
I don't have a comeback. I'm sorry.
Well, pretty soon there's going to be a show on the CW called Teen Wolf Mage.
That's what I thought you were saying to begin with.
Well, it's a little late for that. Just slightly, though, for me.
Tiny bit.
Slightly. A little bit.
Too old for the CW, are you?
Not too old to be a teenager.
Yeah,
well, not if you're on a show on the CW.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, you're never too old to be a teen on the CW.
You'd be a sophomore tops.
Yeah, probably. Everybody at my office, hopefully nobody's watching, thinks I'm younger than 21. Because every time they drink, they're like, "Oh, can you have this?" And I'm like,
"Why do they talk to you like you don't speak English?"
Because I'm foreign. I don't know.
Do you like alcohol?
Hey, Canadian. You want beer? Can you have beer?
I'm from Canada, so they think I'm slow, eh?
Exactly. Yes,
do you want a drink for consuming?
It's actually kind of funny. They were celebrating something that happened, and they poured everybody like a little bit of champagne, and I don't drink, but I'm trying to fit in, so I drank it. I got drunk, like so much, and then when I left work, I had to walk like a straight line out of the building, down 33rd, past the Empire State Building to Penn Station.
While reciting the
get on a
alphabet
train.
backwards.
Yeah, and I was drunk, and I was having a great time, and I bought one of those street pretzels, and it was awful. And that's my story.
That's a good story.
It's a pretty good.
No, it wasn't. It was a bad story.
If it was a bad pretzel, then you weren't drunk enough.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was just.
Yeah.
It was like burnt. I don't know.
Or maybe you were, and it was really a hot dog.
I don't think it was.
Man,
So,
his pretzel's got meat in it. What's up
Is
with
that what happens then when you get drunk? You just go buy strange pretzels from vendors?
I mean, I
Like,
guess I don't have a lot of experience, but I mean, I guess it could be worse, right?
Sure.
What if it
Yeah,
wasn't
it could
a
be a lot.
pretzel at
Yeah,
all?
yeah, it
It
can
is
be a
a-
lot worse. I
It is
also,
a very common New York street thing, though.
I don't do a ton of drinking, and so I have had people in my life say, "John, I'm taking you drinking because I want to know what you're like drunk." And the good news is it's not awful. I find everything funny, which is already kind of true, but I'm just very loud and obnoxious about it. I become excessively interested in whatever people are telling me, perhaps to an annoying degree, and I will point out obvious things about individuals very loudly to everybody else.
You know who
So in
really
order to-
likes when you pay attention to everything they say? It's women.
Tell me more.
Hmm.
They love. Thank you.
Cool.
See,
Nice move, Ben.
yeah,
Smooth.
they love that.
I wasn't drunk
So-
enough to understand that. I'm sorry. I wanted you to repeat that.
So, John, what you're saying is the best way to actually get you to listen to me is to get you drunk?
Well, I don't
Really?
know. It was the bartender, and apparently I found her career very fascinating after I had had a few.
Well,
Oh,
that's
you
not
pour
fair.
drinks. Oh.
I was like,
That's
so
not fair. That's not fair. As part of the official 86 rules of boozing, anybody behind a bar or behind a musical instrument is automatically 1/3 hotter.
Oh, yeah. And
Oh,
apparently
that's
for me,
why.
way more interesting, because I was just like, so how is this for you? She's just like, it's good. And I was like, that's fantastic. I'm glad you enjoy what you do. I just had a lot of questions.
So, are you a fan of the movie Cocktail?
How do you learn all the drinks? Because there are many drinks.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you
Do you
learn them
spit in
over-
every grasshopper that you make?
Don't you think it's weird how in movies the bartender's always wiping the bar down?
That's not weird. That's sanitary. John.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what?
There's
That's not
nobody-
weird at all.
But there's
They're always
nobody
wiping
there.
a glass.
Yeah, that or a
Yeah.
glass.
Just
What was that? What's that
Keeping
movie
clean.
with where they're on the?
Passengers.
Yes, is that the space station one where they wake up?
Yep.
Yeah. So the one dude, I'm forgetting the actor's name, Michael. Forgetting his
Yeah.
name. Anyway,
I
he
forget
plays
his
a
name,
bartender,
yeah.
but he's a. I wish it was Michael Bolton, but he was he's an android as the bartender, so he doesn't actually, below the waist, there's actually nothing there.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
whoa,
Just-
that's
just like-
hot.
Just
Yes.
like me.
But they asked when they realize, so they start confiding. The characters start confiding in this guy because he's the bartender,
Mhm.
and obviously the rest of the ship is empty. So, they ask him at one point, why are you always cleaning a glass? Because he's holding a glass and he's just
Yeah.
polishing it, just like we were describing. And he said, well, they programmed me to do this because it seemed more comfortable if I was
Yeah, it
busy
puts
doing
people at
something.
ease.
Yeah, exactly. So it's funny. I
Interesting.
thought it was funny that they actually addressed that in
Yeah.
particular.
Because it's true. In every movie, they're either wiping down the bar or cleaning
Yep.
the glass. Every single time. Even if nobody was in the bar beforehand.
Yeah.
Like,
Michael Sheen, thank you, Chad.
so, anyway,
Ah.
that's... what were
Go
we
check
talking
out
about?
Passengers. Good
Yeah.
movie.
That was a big, long promo to talk about Passengers, I guess.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by
Exactly.
Passengers.
That was the point
Now
of
in
that.
theaters.
Not.
Get woke. See Passengers.
Not at all.
Gosh.
Get woke, then see Passengers, because you're too
Jeez.
awake to go to sleep. I don't know. I don't understand terms anymore.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not like we're talking about stuff or anything.
That's like that quote from Mystery Men where Mr. Angry, what's his name? Mr. Furious?
Mr. Furious.
It's like, you better wake up. You better hope you're asleep. Or something like that. Lilac? I don't know.
Can we just, for a moment, appreciate what a good movie Mystery Men is? And I don't think it
is
gets
so good.
enough
Can we?
attention.
It should
Yeah.
get all the attention. What a wonderful movie that was.
I shovel well. I shovel exceptionally well.
God gave me a gift. I shovel well.
Rage building.
Rage subsiding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie. Okay, go see Mystery Men as well.
Yeah, now in theaters.
That's one I've seen.
I wish it
so
was.
I'll actually recommend that a little stronger.
Such a good movie.
Have you ever transmogged to look like the shoveler?
Oh, I need to try now.
Whoa,
That's awesome.
that could be a thing.
That's your homework assignment. Azeroth. Transmog to look like the shoveler. And
Yeah.
I like the chat. So anyways, what else is everyone doing in WoW? Okay, fine. You're not having fun talking about Mystery Men. You clearly either haven't seen it or you have bad taste.
Well, you know what? Actually, that brings up something I want to ask. Have you ever transmogged to try to look like something specific? Like whether it be a superhero or something from a TV show, movie? Peter Pan? Okay.
Yeah, we showed it on the show.
That's what we talked about last time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been there on mine.
Yeah, last time we were here, the transmog challenge thingy was going on for the first time ever, and then we went and did that. That was so much fun.
It was. I remember winning a lot.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, because we voted for you because we're like, hey, John, you look sexy.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. In and out of game, right?
Well, you know, in game for sure.
I don't know. I think
one of the two places for sure. Yeah, I didn't. There's no way to give myself in game the tattoo I have in real life, but you know, it's.
I mean, they're Sharpies. They're semi-permanent.
The Sharpies in game.
I have slowly come to terms with my horrible transmog addiction. It's fine.
It's fine.
We used to have terrible Transmog Tuesdays as a matter of course as part of our show.
Yeah.
So specifically
because we raided on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we come to raid just like dressed terribly, just awful. It was great.
We should bring that back. That was fun.
I know that I'm going to get in trouble for bringing up Heroes of the Storm, so I'm just acknowledging that before I do it.
What's Heroes of the Storm?
It's a fantastic game. I think Heroes of the Storm is missing a great opportunity, and some character in that game needs a bad transmog alternate costume where it's like the neon green cape and bright red shoes and a purple chest piece and just none of it really goes together at all, and that's what I would like to see in that game. I actually, man, this is just not going to do me any favors admitting this. I had a dream about it.
Was it a really good dream?
Yes, it made my leg itch for some reason.
Oh, man.
But I had a dream that they added a character that literally the entire cool thing about the character in the game was as you unlock new talents along the path, his armor changed to match like the transmog of that level. So he started in the crappy little vanilla doesn't even have stats gear, and then he goes into Burning Crusade multicolored craziness, and then eventually by the time you got to your late game talents he's in tier armor. And I was like, man, that'd be awesome. They'd never make any skins for this character though. It would just be like, no, that's it, we're done. We've already done way too much.
No skins.
Can you have a default mount that's the yak with the transmog
cool.
dude on it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love getting on my yak because every time I do, what's his name, Cousin Slowhands or something, he's like, I have many, many wares. I'm like, I know.
So how great are Grummels? Seriously.
I love them. Yeah.
One of the people on the show right now doesn't appreciate Grummels the way that they should.
Oh, I have many friends of the Grummels. Like you.
What's your lucky do?
Come on, John.
No.
Come on, John.
Don't you like Grummels?
No, I don't.
I love Grummels.
Oh, they're so great.
They
Seriously,
are.
so great.
Mm-mm.
They got the best little accents, the best voice work. They're totally adorable. And, they let me transmog whenever I want.
Exactly.
That I like. That I can get behind.
I was getting picked on by, what was it? Monkeys?
Yetis.
Yetis. Oh, jeez. I was thinking of the hosen.
I thought suddenly we were just getting
too.
a look into your real life. Oh, man. It was another rough day.
Everywhere I go, monkeys.
12 of them. Also a good movie.
Life is hard.
Just turn this into a movie show.
Was that movie where they got a disease where they'd bleed out or whatever?
No.
Maybe you never really saw
that was
it.
the Outbreak.
Oh, Outbreak.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I watched Outbreak.
That's a very different movie.
No, 'cause in grade 10, we were in science class and we were talking about weird diseases like that. And so we watched that movie, and I can't watch scary movies because I get freaked out. So I was already freaked out. I got a nosebleed during that movie.
No.
Oh,
I got a nosebleed. Can you believe that?
That is the worst timing
God.
in the history of movie
That's
making.
pretty
Well,
bad.
Yeah.
not.
But I do
was-
like the idea that the sequel to Outbreak would be called Outbreak 2 12 Monkeys. And this time, there's 12 of them.
or
Instead
in
of just
little
a handful.
a writing twist, 212.
Whoa.
Outbreak
Figured
2,
dozen of
12 monkeys.
And they can go back in time for some reason.
Yes.
They were a wizard.
2012 Monkeys, the end of the world.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be a much better movie if it's just monkeys just attacking and like big
Yeah.
swarms of them?
Yeah,
Like
the world's
World
coming,
War
and
Z
it's
with
not
monkeys.
where you thought.
Yeah, like
What if-
birds except monkeys.
What if they made a movie where, like, monkeys got really smart and took over the world?
Whoa.
No, I
They,
think
they
they'd
then
have
took
to
that
be
idea and
babies.
beat the hell out of it and made it into 700 movies.
Oh,
And then-
okay.
Like
Yeah.
the central sexy female monkey kind of looked like Michael Jackson. You remember that one though?
I'm not touching that.
I'm just saying. It was weird.
It was.
I'm
It
already
was.
getting enough crap for apes aren't monkeys. I know, okay? I know. We were talking about monkeys. The joke wouldn't work if I changed it to apes. All right?
Yeah. Or
It-
scientists.
It was a pivot. Yeah. That's right.
Okay, so then here we go. Would you rather be attacked by 50 monkey-sized rhinoceroses or one rhinoceros-sized monkey? I don't know.
Oh, definitely the monkey-sized rhinoceroses.
Are you kidding? They have super strength.
I
In the size
don't
of a
care.
rhino?
Like a gigantic angry monkey? Like, no, thank you. Do you remember the lady who got her face eaten by a chimpanzee? Like,
Yes, I
that-
remember that.
that for
Yeah.
me, like,
Yeah.
confirmed everything I felt about monkeys this whole time when people were like, ha ha ha, monkeys are so funny. I was like, no, you will lose a face.
Yeah, they're actually really, really strong, and if they get angry, they will take your face off of you, like the movie Face Off.
Face.
It
I
happened
just
to
want to take
Nicolas
his
Cage,
face.
and his
Oh.
career's never been the same.
Yeah,
Hey, do you think maybe they actually did swap and that's why his career tanked?
Whoa.
Oh, I haven't
Which one of them?
considered this.
Both, if you think about it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's trading one bad thing for another.
I don't know.
Like, congratulations, you got John Travolta's career. Congratulations, you got Nicolas Cage's
Yeah.
career.
Congratulations.
Shrug?
You both ruined John Woo's career.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
We've covered
Yeah.
some pretty great movies tonight
Yeah.
on this World
Yeah.
of Warcraft podcast.
Mhm.
Don't worry, I've made
Hey.
a list.
You know what's cool? The World of Warcraft movie.
Yes,
They
Yeah.
made one of those.
that movie was great.
I did enjoy it.
I wish-
Upon subsequent rewatching, I enjoy it more actually.
Yeah. It was just
Yeah.
it was just good. It was just good as a WoW fan to just go and see it with other people and talk about it with other people and see commercials on TV for it and all the merch in like Walmart of all places for it, you know? It was just cool to like see WoW in other places where you don't usually see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really
then-
enjoyed that.
Being able to tell my mom, that's what I play.
Yeah. This is my life. Like I told my mom before she went to see it, I'm like, if you side with the humans, I'm disowning you as a mother. I don't care what you say. And she's like, okay.
Yeah,
listens
but then
to them.
again, there's a difference with siding with the orcs in that. They're not exactly the lovable, horde that we know today.
Sure,
Yeah,
but I don't
true.
care.
You know, my favorite part about that movie is Medivh's reaction to everything is, I should return to Karazhan.
Yeah.
Literally every situation that comes up in that movie is like, yep, I'm going to need to return to Karazhan for that.
Well, it's because you put your weed in there.
Guys, these orcs are a big problem. I need to get really high.
You guys, server times 420. I'll be right back. I'm making a port.
You guys ever seen Karazhan on weed?
On weed. What's a marijuana tablet?
That's why that whole dance party's happening inside. He's just throwing one huge major party.
Huh? Major party?
Yep. Totally
saw-
meant that too.
I saw that. Heard it. I accept it. Yeah, so that's funny.
You guys
That's
ever
totally.
done the chess event? Yeah. You ever done the chess event on weed?
God.
Hey, there's a throwback. That's back to the weird encounters question.
Yeah.
It's then
That
and
was
Chess
part-
Event 2, the update, which is I don't think
We
is good.
still haven't gone in there.
No. Mm-mm.
No?
No,
No.
at some point we're gonna get together with people and stream it. We have to at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. we
Uh,
should.
On weed.
Speaking of that, I love when you're in a group with some pugs, no matter what you're doing, and it seems like one person isn't like, maybe they've never done this before, or maybe they're on a different tune or what. Like they're doing it well enough, but they're not doing it enough that it is acceptable. And maybe you say something, maybe you don't have to, but at length this person will say something like, "I'm sorry guys, I'm really high," or "I'm really drunk," or whatever. I love that.
Yep.
Because like no matter how like frustrated I become with this pug, like when they say that, it just like it completely clears the slate, and I'm just like, "Alright, that's funny. That's I got you, buddy."
It's
Alright,
still
that's
my
fine.
favorite start to any dungeon where it was just like, guys, hold on. I didn't expect the queue to pop this fast. I need to just go get high real quick and I'll be right back. And then they were just, it was like a 10-minute wait, which I was like, man, I'm being really tolerant and understanding because normally I just like, why did I even give him 10 minutes? And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not coming back.
Yeah, that's how we met our raid lead back in WAD. He was absolutely wasted drunk,
Yeah.
and he was just really good also. And we brought him
plugged
into
in.
voice. Yeah, and he just fit right in, and he was loud and obnoxious, and he didn't have any like qualms about telling us what to do, even
Yeah.
though we just met him.
Yeah.
And he got us through twins like that. Like we hadn't even gotten through twins yet. And he's been like our raid lead ever since, pretty much,
All right.
like drunk or not.
There you go. Azeroth
Origin
Roundtable
stories.
bringing you the best tips on how to find a raid leader.
Yeah,
The
I
more
should have
slurs,
waited
the
another
better.
10 minutes, and when that guy came back, been like, you want to lead our raid team? You want to set
Yeah.
something up?
I don't know how good somebody might be as a raid lead while they're high as opposed to drunk, but
Well,
I
they'd be
guess
really
that's-
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Hey man, that was cool. We got it down to like 2%. That's fine."
It's like, I'm so sorry that I didn't move out of the poo. I dropped the thing on the group. I'm so sorry. It's cool, man.
Hey man, let's pre-pot.
I
man.
just imagine this. I just imagine the like ready check comes up. You hit ready, you just see a bunch of green, and then it just goes quiet. And everybody's like,
Bill, you ready?
should we go?
Bill?
Hello?
In 10, 9.
Just really long delays between everything. Hit 3, 2, 1, and you're just like waiting for the warrior to go. Everybody moves forward and then stops. And everybody's just watching the warrior, and he's just there. And then slowly you see him just sit down and get AFK above his name.
And then suddenly charge. It just goes right in.
It's a whole different kind of world boss.
Wouldn't that be funny if like you checked out long enough IRL that you would just sit down and just be zoned out for a while? It's just like you're just standing there, and then all of a sudden you sit down. It's like, oh, Larry's AFK.
Yeah.
IRL.
Well,
Be
question
weird.
for you. How often are you standing there just zoning out? Like, aren't you usually just sitting and zoning out already?
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah. So then
You
nobody
just go
would know.
Indian style on your chair.
Yeah. That's how I got tendinitis, by the way, though. So be careful when you do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm currently doing that right now, but whatever.
Oh.
I've already got it.
Like, I already got the problem. You can't get me twice.
Yeah, I've only got one tendon as far as I know, so whatever.
Well, I have some bad news for you. As a healer, you have more than one tendon
Shit. Where's the other one?
in your other leg.
Oh. Oh, so each leg has a tendon?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
how it works.
That's weird.
Jeez.
I wonder why only one got one. Maybe it's because the other one is so itchy all the time.
Yeah. Itchy leg
Yeah, it's letting you
syndrome.
know it's there.
That's how you know it's working.
Yeah, that's how I feel things.
Sorry,
itchy-
guys, I
itchy
want to
leg.
pull this boss, but I just got an itchy leg. I need about 5.
Yeah.
Good job. And speaking of wanting to feel things, I wanted to feel very happy with this episode, and I think I do. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. It has been an absolutely fantastic time.
Oh,
Thanks for
this
having
has
us.
been the best time I've had all year.
And it's already been.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Look at that!
Sorry.
You've only had 5 days of things.
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's what she meant. I thought she was
Yeah.
being. Oh, okay.
No, I was entirely truthful.
Well,
Oh.
I'm sorry for the way your first 4 days went then.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what kind of week it's been, man. The longest week
Okay.
of the year.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, anyways, in the meantime, until what is it, 240 or no, 260 that we have you on, Thorn, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Thornbrow. You can find the show at Lagging Balls. And you can find us on everything at that name. You can feel free to search that on all social media outlets, but avoid image searches.
Even MySpace? You guys have a MySpace page?
We will in 5 minutes.
What about live journal? I want to know the deepest goings on of a live journal.
I don't know, but you can reblog our Tumblr.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, okay. All
If
right.
you want to.
I mean,
Sure,
mostly I
why
just
not?
wanted to read about the Lagging Balls Day where it's like, Judy looked at me today and I was really excited about it. And I think I'm going to talk to her tomorrow, but probably not.
Yeah, but then Larry screwed it up.
Yeah. Thanhanks, Larry. You went
Larry's always-
AFK IRL.
In my
Day
business.
4, leg still itchy.
Yeah.
Thist, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me at Thist03 on all of the things pretty much, and just at laggingballs.com. There's stuff there. You can look at it if you want to. I should start a live journal, but I definitely think that Lagging Balls should have a MySpace. That's a good idea. I'm going to work on that.
Sounds good. John, what about you? Where can people find you?
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi, John.
Hey, if you want to hear more from me, follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. If you want to hear me talk about Heroes of the Storm, where for some reason I didn't talk about my Heroes of the Storm character idea, but hey, I did that on the WoW show. Fantastic. Catch me on Core.
Core!
Just part of Core. It's part of the Frog Pants Network. You can find out more about that at heroesforyou.com. Ben,
Yes, John.
how are you first of all?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Still good over here.
Oh, good.
If people want to find out more about you, where can people find you?
Best place to find me is on Twitter. I'm at Ben the Mage. On top of that, I do another show about World of Warcraft, specifically about battle pets with Aludra. That show is called Battle Pets.
Mm.
Yeah, we name it pretty well, I think. It's pretty accurate. Yeah.
That'd be like if
this-
we called our show Stuff, WoW, and some movies.
You know what? That's this episode's title. I'm gonna write that in right now.
And my
That's
itchy
great.
leg.
Stuff, wow, and some movies. Okay.
It's a good name.
Anyways, this show, Azeroth Roundtable, you can find us on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. You can also, find all of our episodes on AzerothRoundtable.com, also on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Alpha Geek Radio, and pretty much everywhere else that podcasts are found. And if you want to talk to us about your awesome, rating experiences, or send us pictures of your really weird transmog that's supposed to look like other stuff or whatever, send those to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. This show that you just listened to, believe it or not, collects money. And we do that through Patreon. So, first of all, thanks.
Well, you know what? Thank you to me. Or thank you from me. Thank you from me.
No, I appreciate it. I'm just confused as to why. So first of all, a big thank you to our newest patron, David H., for joining the crew of people who I greatly appreciate. I want to just reiterate that. I appreciate you. I don't understand you, but I appreciate you. And then, of course, a big thank you to the Murloc Club, Mimi H., Annalicia A., Aaron, and Simon. Thank you for being part of the Murloc Club. Ben, make a sound so they feel special. He also saluted. I don't know if
Wow.
you. Well, no, you didn't see that because he's not on camera right now either. So
What?
he. Yep, that's right. He saluted too.
Oh,
So if you want to join the crew, you can go to patreon.com/AzerothRT. We appreciate it. You make the show possible, and we thank you for it. Seriously, thank you. Also, I am still confused, but seriously, thank you.
yes. Thank you very much for joining us this week on Azeroth Roundtable. Until next time, make sure you spiff up that transmog and be good to each other. Bye, everybody.
All right.
Yeah,
We did
that's
it.
a show.
We completed a show.
guys.
There was
We
a
did
show
it.
that was done. And now it's done.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
I had a
Wait,
lot of fun.
What other Adam Sandler movies did we talk about besides Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore.
Wedding Singer
Billy
got
Madison
mentioned.
came up.
Yeah, Billy Madison.
Really
I know there was a lot of talk of Mr. Deeds in the chat room. I don't know if we brought it up or not.
I haven't
Okay,
seen
it's cool. We're
Mr.
good.
Deeds.
It's okay.
I've seen parts of Mr. Deeds. I've passed through rooms where Mr. Deeds was playing.
You know, I will say my favorite movie that Adam Sandler is in is probably 50 First Dates.
Oh, I really like that movie, yeah.
It's really good. Really, really good.
Mm.
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 Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So Little Nicky, Nevermore showed that to me not too long ago. I don't know, maybe a couple months or so. First time I ever saw that. That is surprisingly funny. It is so stupid and funny.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's dumb.
I had doubts.
Like
All right, fair enough.
insanely dumb. But I laughed
It's
a
not
lot.
that bad, honestly. It's, I don't know. Could be a lot worse, I guess.
You kind of have to
Mhm.
get past the voice and character. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
once you get past that, it's like there's some pretty funny stuff in there.
Yeah.
But
Isn't there a talking dog in
I
it?
don't think
Mhm.
I got past that, is the problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot
Talking
of-
Dog is Norm Macdonald.
Now that I'm on
yeah,
board with.
yeah,
Nice.
that's funny.
Mhm.
That's
I would
that's good
always get
shit.
behind that. Yeah.
That's some Canadian content right there.
I just love how for so many comedians they'll have this like sketch humor earlier in their career, and then late in their career when they start to run out of material, they go way back to the well, and they
Mhm.
grab all these little things and then they extrapolate them into entire full-length movies. And they're like, "Hey, Adam, you haven't done anything in a while. What's your next pitch for the studio?" Oh, how about Little Nicky? I mean,
What if
I
I
don't
did a movie where I talked like this through the whole thing?
son of the devil.
I don't know if people are going to really resonate with that. No, people liked it on Saturday Night Live when I did kind of a bad Gilbert Godfrey impression.
yeah.
God.
Funny story about Gilbert Gottfried. Saw him live one year at Summerfest in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He was fucking terrible.
Really?
He was
What?
terrible.
But he was
people,
such a good parrot.
people got up and left. He was that bad.
You know, I do have to
He
say.
was so ticked off he
uh,
was molting.
So okay, him in Aladdin and then also in Lethal Weapon 2, best Gilbert Gottfried you're gonna find.
What about
Wait.
Problem Child?
Yeah,
Gilbert
what about Problem
Godfrey was
Child?
in Lethal Weapon 2?
No, sorry, Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Oh, okay.
Very different movie.
I mixed those up.
It's like the same movie. It doesn't matter. Same. He was probably in all of the movies back then, anyway. At some point.
Yeah, probably.
Fair.
You know, honestly, I don't remember Problem Child enough to remember him being in it.
I have a theory that Gilbert Gottfried is a comedian for comedians.
You know
I can
what?
see that.
That's not far off, I think, because the other comedians who were backstage were dying. They were the only ones laughing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was just playing a joke, like if that was the joke, was that
That's
screw the rest of
joke.
you, I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell nothing but bombs all like this whole session because fuck you guys. Like I don't know what the deal was, but
Well, I can see that happening.
there were a couple of comedians who were going to be like next on the show after him who were hanging around backstage, and it was a small enough festival you could see them back there and they were dying. So maybe that was the joke.
Did you guys ever see that movie The Aristocrats where it talks about the history of the Aristocrats joke?
I
w-
never watched it, but I know of it.
I
South
watched
Park.
half of it. I didn't get it. I don't get it. I still don't get it.
So
I don't think I'm smart enough.
I watched that whole movie, and the only version of that joke, because you see it a bunch of times through a bunch of different comedians, the only version that made me laugh was Gilbert Gottfried's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the only one that and it had me in tears. I was laughing so hard. But I haven't ever seen him much outside of that. So
You know, I gotta say that one of my favorite versions of the Aristocrats is when Dwight tries to do it on The Office when he's trying to tell a joke,
Yeah.
and they say some really bad things, and then they ask them what the act is called, and he says the Aristocrat. Crats, not cats. That's a movie.
The Aristocats would be really different.
That is a really good movie, though. The Aristocats.
Yes.
That's,
Oh
that's
man.
legit.
So okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but The Black Cauldron is on Hulu.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Oh,
And
damn.
Nevermore and I watched it last night, and I'm like, oh, this is why my mom only showed it to us once at the theater before ever seeing it, and then we never saw it again in our entire lives.
Why? Is there something questionable
Oh
in that
my
movie?
gosh. Dude, the opening narration is about like this king whose evil soul is trapped inside this black cauldron, and how the thorn or the Horn
Yes.
King or whatever gets it. If he gets it, he's going to raise his army of the undead.
Yeah,
Wow, that
it's
sounds
so
good.
metal.
No, it's very metal. It is totally not a Disney movie for kids.
I gotta watch it. I was on the
Oh, you need to.
on the Divinity stream that I was doing. I made up a voice for this little like corpse blob that our paladin can summon or our cleric can summon, and Kyle
That's gonna be
says
me when I'm dead.
it apparently sounds like a character from that movie, but I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Do the voice and I can tell you.
Hello, everybody.
Yep, totally does.
Oh, wow.
Yep, sounds like Gurky.
Okay.
Speaking of old-timey Disney movies, last night I was trying to convince my raid team to watch Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And the best way I could do it was Angela Lansbury is a witch who fights Nazis.
Okay,
that's-
I can't hear anymore because I need to watch that with Nevermore as well. I promised her I would.
Oh, dude, you have to watch it ASAP. It's fucking cool. Like, just what I said. Angela Lansbury is a witch who fights Nazis.
That's
How, like,
that
what
sounds
is cooler
pretty
than that?
awesome.
right? And there's delightful songs thrown in.
Oh yeah. No,
And
she
the-
showed me Chitty Chitty Bang Bang for the first time. Good movie.
Yeah, that's all
Chitty
right.
Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you.
That's okay. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We clearly need another podcast to talk just movies here.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Because that
I
reminds
like
me of
talking movies.
Ace Ventura 2 when he's singing that.
Which is where I knew the song from
Yeah, and he's
before.
like,
And she's like, you haven't
"Chitty."
actually seen that? I'm like, no. It's like, you have to watch it. You can't sing it without watching it. I'm like, yeah, right, okay.
You're not allowed.
Am I the only? I probably am. Am I the only person that thinks Ace Ventura 2 is better than 1?
Yes.
Oh, it is. By far.
Oh,
Okay.
The first
no.
one's just
I
Well-
don't
leaves a lot
like
to
the
be
first
desired.
one.
Let me put it this way. Neither of them hold up at all.
Right.
I
No, that's
believe
not
that.
true.
I do believe that, but I did not care for Ace Ventura 1, and I loved Ace Ventura 2.
Oh,
The
I love
part-
it.
The part where he's at that fancy party and he's like, and you must be the Monopoly guy. And then he punches him and like drapes him over his shoulders. And he walks around and he's like, what on? And it's like all that. And then he like hangs him over and he's like, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That's so funny. That's the funniest thing. And as a vegan, it makes me feel really good. I'm just like, yeah, look at that.
If I could
Oh my
punch
God,
the
you-
Monopoly guy, I
why?
would.
Yeah. Oh, and then when they're in the projection room and he starts like fucking with it with the shadow puppets. He's like, yeah. And then when he's in that rhino and he has to come out of the butt and he's naked, and I think that the rhino's giving birth.
Nothing sets this off like rhino butts.
Oh my god.
Although I do have to say, one of the best parts of that is when he gets caught by the tribe and what's his face is translating for him. He's like, Wachuchi, Wachuchi. Let me guess, white devil, white devil.
Yeah.
You speak Wachuchi or whatever.
I like the double spears and just going back and forth.
Yeah.
Ah!
See?
Okay, there's some good stuff in two.
That
Damn
movie
it.
does hold up.
I still like
We're not
one.
even watching it.
4 darts are too much.
He's running through the jungle with the bat in his hands and he thinks it's gross, so he's like screaming and holding it away from his body.
I forgot about that. Oh man. All right, I
Wait,
guess
do you
I
have
need
to
see
kneel
it
every
again.
single time I say Chicago?
Chicago. Or he's messing with that guy standing on the pole and he's like throws spit darts at him, or when he gets caught masturbating under that leaf in his hut. Oh, that was a good movie, you guys.
Chat says, now on to terrible movies that we love despite them being trashy. Confession. Did not like Dumb and Dumber the first time I saw it.
I'm the same way. That movie
First
had to
time.
grow on me. I hated
Yes.
it the first time I saw it.
I love that movie now.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-to. Can watch it and laugh every single time.
Yeah.
That basketball.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Basketball.
basketball.
One of my favorite movies ever. Ever.
You mean? You mean I have to quit basketball? You mean Coop has to quit basketball?
Chicken poop?
Wake up, bitch! You're my new best friend.
Go to the zoo?
I just like when they're standing naked in the locker room, and every
Yes.
time they turn, you just see
Oh,
something
hell yeah.
whip past the camera.
Legit, I've had a crush on Trey Parker since grade 7, and that is just a great scene for me. As a
To make your
person.
leg itch a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that'll
Fair
get
enough.
that'll get the leg itching.
I mean, I loved that both Jenny McCarthy and Yasmin Bleeth were in it. I was like, oh,
Right?
this movie's great.
Yasmin Bleeth for days.
You
Jenna,
know,
aw.
That
Aw.
stuff.
Oh, Jenna, oh.
Jenna,
Aw.
Jenna, aw.
I like every time they sit down on the bed with the kid that's on life support, and he just starts going.
Yeah. The spirit is
Oh my god, he's blue. He's freezing. Find him a blanket. Then they think he's dead.
So cheesy.
Give it. Give me some more. I'm giving it all I got.
I love ya. I always have.
Jenna, I made you these fresh baked brownies.
Oh, Winchester Grandma's Boy? Yeah, that's a good one. Anyone else? Grandma's Boy?
I have not seen
Okay.
Grandma's Boy.
Oh, it's so bad. It's great.
Yeah, and it's about the gaming industry, is it not?
There you go.
Oh, totally.
Sure is.
It's 100%
You had me watch
accurate,
that.
too.
With
That's,
Thomas Lennon as like the rich dev, right? Wasn't he or was he the rich friend?
Yeah.
I don't know
Was
who
it-
that actor is, so
Thomas Lennon was the shorts guy from Reno 911.
Oh, no. No, he's not in that.
He's not? Am I thinking of the wrong movie altogether?
I think you are.
Now I need to look it up.
This is the one where Dodgeball. That's another one that's always good. Where the kind of geeky guy who doesn't know who Steve's a pirate in Dodgeball. He's the developer and like thinks he's a robot and in the Matrix and stuff.
I like that guy. I like that guy.
Yeah.
I like how like
good.
that's the stereotype for game developers.
Like seriously, he walks out. He's like, does not compute.
Look, I can relate to these things. These are things I do around the house when it's just private time. It's like,
Oh, absolutely.
well, I have
You'll
to go to
totally
the
get it.
bathroom, but this time I will go to the bathroom like a robot, which doesn't really make sense
Done
because
it.
why would I have to go to the bathroom then? But
Well, don't think too much about it.
yeah,
It ruins
I know,
it.
I
Don't
know.
overdo it.
I overthought it, and it's ruined everything for me now. It's all gone.
Thinking off does that.
No Dodgeball though.
Okay,
You'll
what
be-
is
take my own blood.
what is everybody's guiltiest pleasure as far as a movie? A bad movie,
movie.
but you
Oh.
still like it.
Hackers.
Hackers is good.
I love Hackers.
hate it. Like it's so bad, but I
It's so
like
bad though, but I love it. PCU is another one.
it. ECU is good, or
It's
a good
pretty
choice,
bad.
I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
See, I only like lowbrow movies. Like my favorite movies include Hot Rod, Superbad, Wayne's World, Basketball. You know,
All good.
like those.
Yeah,
are
But those aren't bad.
Yeah,
No, they're
a
not
lot of those
bad,
are
but,
really
like-
good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like I don't have any time for like critically acclaimed like emotional moving movies. You know, like I don't.
Oh, so you're
I
saying
don't-
your list is like 100% guilty pleasures?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't like seeing new things, so I'll just watch the same thing over and over. I have a problem.
I'm the
Movie
same
theater,
way,
what's that?
actually. Netflix, like, I watch the original stuff on Netflix. I'm like, oh, good, they have some original programming. So it's either like that or I watch movies I've seen a million times.
Yeah.
Like, I can see something that, oh, I really wanted to see that, but it's new and I can't do that. I can't. I can't subject myself to
weird.
anything new.
No.
What if I don't like it? I like the idea of it so much
Yeah.
better.
I just don't want it to make me feel feelings that I'm not ready to, you know? Like if I'm going to watch a movie, I want to know that I'm going to feel okay about it. Cuz I want to be sad accidentally. I don't have time for that. No, thank you. I don't want to feel.
Oh shit, I'm sad now.
I just like some people love coming out of movies and they've got like a whole new perspective on things, and they feel.
That's me. I love that.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. I hate it. I don't want to feel any different when I come out of a movie as I did going in.
I haven't seen this movie in a while, so I can't say if it holds up or if this would still be true. But as of the last time I saw it, I still liked it, and I would call it an absolute guilty pleasure. Spice World.
Oh hell fucking yeah. That movie it was marketed as like a girly like little girl movie, but that movie is full of hilarious puns and references, like real dry British humor, Like
it's
wasn't
good.
Roger Moore in it like a bunch?
Yes, Roger Moore was all over it.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, he was the
like,
bus driver, and
Yeah.
I don't remember what they asked him, but I just remember he's like, I just want you to know, I love those girls, and I would do anything for them. But I won't do that.
I won't do that.
So,
I love that movie.
Oh
Okay,
man, there's a lot of love for Spice World in the chat. I did not
Good.
expect
I
that.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, well, it's got like hot Spice Girls who are surprisingly funny on camera,
Mhm.
and I don't know, it's just like it's got a lot of nostalgia attached to it, but it was also just really funny and quirky and weird,
Yeah, see, that was past my time. The only interest I had in them was their hotness. So my little sister wanted to watch that movie a lot, and I was like, all right, there were worse things to walk past.
Them
Okay,
Spice Girls make my leg itch.
If anyone is going to have seen this movie, I'm guessing Thorn, it's probably you. Have you ever seen If Looks Could Kill?
Yes. Is that
Yes, with Richard Grieco.
Yes. Oh my God, I don't remember it much, but I absolutely know what you're talking about. I can picture him.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a few years, but it's horrible. And basically, I loved it though. He's a high school kid who can't graduate unless he goes on this extra like graduation French field trip because he's failing French. So he has to go with them, except he gets mixed up with a spy whose code name is his character's name. So like it's all Michael
right.
Corbin, please report to the white phone or whatever. And so yeah. Oh, it is so hokey and bad,
Wow.
but great.
Man,
Like you need to see that. It is pure 80s.
that's awesome. I love the
Like-
pure 80s ones.
Yeah, but it's not like pure 80s as in like, oh, that's totally made in the 80s. It's pure 80s as in like the concept
Like-
of this actually happening and
Like
and
License
stuff
to
like that.
Drive, pure 80s,
Kind of.
the Corys type.
Yeah, it's
the Corey's type.
oh man, I love that movie though. Like me, or my mom, my sister, and I, we at one point were like quoting it to each other all the time because it's just
I
the
love when that
dumbest
happens.
thing in the world.
I like High School Musical 1 and 2, but not 3.
I have not seen any of those.
I have not seen any of them, but I'm
Don't.
impressed that you can tell a difference between them.
Yeah, I don't know. I was late getting like they were already way out and years had passed before I watched the first one. And I was just like, I like stupid shit. I like musicals. I like Zac
Well, that's what
Efron.
Netflix is for, right?
Exactly. So I watched the first one and I was like, God damn it, that was good.
So now next time you see Zac Efron, you're gonna have your High School Musical Trapper Keeper with you for him to
I
sign it.
actually have my
Oh, no,
High
what?
School Musical pen. It's from High School Musical 2, but it's got High School Musical
Wow.
1. Zac, and listen. That's a song from High School Musical 2. This is my
Wow.
favorite Christmas present I ever got. My mom got it for me a few years ago. She likes to get me weird presents. Like last Christmas, she got me. It was in Canada because we're Canadian. She got me a French High School Musical yearbook, just because it's in French and it's High School Musical, and she likes to get me weird stuff. But it's kind of stuff I appreciate.
My goodness, when you brought that up, I didn't think it would be to the level of like, oh, and here's some sweet gear for that
swag.
movie,
Stuff
just
like
like
that.
readily
Yeah.
available to go.
Yeah.
It's actually in my Michael Bolton mug that my mom also got me for Christmas.
Your mom's got good taste. What can I say?
I know, right? She's the best. I love this mug. It looks at me all day when I'm on the computer. Michael Bolton giving me good juju while I PvP.
Winchester, yes, Cloak and Dagger, great movie too.
Nice.
Is Commando considered a guilty pleasure, or can we all just acknowledge that it's one of the best movies?
I still need to see that, believe it or not.
You've never seen Commando?
I'm totally lacking in that. Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Ben,
it came out at a time when my parents wouldn't let me.
Is done, and we will watch Commando. It's so good.
What's it about?
It's
a commando.
Going commando.
It's a dude. He's running around without underwear on.
It's an Arnold
Schwarzenegger
like
movie,
and it's so good though. Like at the beginning, it's a little weird because they spend a really long time on this montage to like try to convince you that he cares about his daughter. I don't know why, but it's like over the opening credits, and so it's just them doing a bunch of like weird activities together. I think my favorite one though. Okay, so here's my favorite one, and we'll Ben, we're gonna watch this movie at some time because we have to watch this movie. But so it's showing a montage of a bunch of scenes of him and his daughter just like hanging out, having fun. Like, look at them, they're the best. But there's one part where they're both eating ice cream, and they both literally have the same flavor of ice cream, and they have each other try it.
Maybe it's just a funny joke between the two of them, and then we just got to see a sweet moment.
No, maybe, but it's like super, like every time I see it, it makes me laugh because it's like they're sitting there eating. It's like, oh, this ice cream's really good. You should try mine. You should try mine. And it's both clearly vanilla.
Are they just like really stupid? Like, is that their characters? Like, they're just both really dumb? That's what the movie's about?
There is a dude who I think he's supposed to be wearing a chainmail vest through the entire thing, but I think it's knitted.
Okay.
Like the bad guy, the main bad guy, like, hold on. I gotta find it. I'm gonna Google it. Main bad guy Commando. You guys have to see how he's dressed.
Is he Commando?
Yes.
No, he is not the he is not the Commando.
No, he just is Commando.
Oh, he is Commando. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat room as soon as it pulls up. Bennett, yeah, that's his name.
Wow, Alyssa Milano was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano plays
totally
the
knitted.
daughter.
That is totally
It is totally knitted. That's what he wears, and that's how he's supposed to look like a super badass that's going to go up against Arnold. He is dressed like that.
Yeah, like that little big loopy area, you can totally tell.
It's like when you ask your Nana to make you a costume for Halloween.
Like that's someone sticking their finger in there too many times and stretched it out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's so, oh my gosh, it's so good. You think it's gonna go one way, and it goes another. And like the opening again, like it's a bunch of scenes with him and his daughter, but it's also a bunch of scenes to like convince you that Arnold's strong. So like it's a lot of scenes of him just like carrying around a giant log.
Whoa.
Or like picking up his daughter and bench pressing her.
At one point, he picks up a piece of wood and just tears it in half.
Well, I do that all the time. How else do you think you keep wood off your lawn?
That sounds terrible.
It's a super good movie.
That does sound really good. I'm almost sold on it.
Okay.
The vest alone.
We should all watch Commando, and we'll meet back here soon.
Okay.
Within 10 episodes.
Within 10 episodes, we will all have an episode where we talk about Commando.
Instructions unclear. Dad pants have come off.
Maybe we could ask Scott if we could go on Film Sack and just talk about that.
I think they actually already did Commando.
Yeah, but then we
sure
can do
they
it.
did.
Yeah. Hey, we
Commando
need
2, The Reckoning.
Yeah.
Can we go on your show and you guys don't talk, but we talk about a movie you've already talked about? Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone else won't mind. It'll be fun.
Whatevs.
I can
I don't
be
know
Randy.
if I...
Number 63, the one about Commando.
Again.
So then I've heard of it. Okay.
They didn't like it as much as I like it, but
That's one of my favorite things about that show, though, is they constant like the how surprised some of them are about how much they like some of that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a good show.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a little behind on the movies, so I need to catch up.
Yeah, the latest one's about Point Break. How awesome is that?
I know.
Heard it yet, but I'm really stoked.
I hardly ever have seen any movie that they talk about because I don't watch any of the movies. But when they do talk about a movie I've seen, I'm like, yeah, now I'm gonna be in on what they're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
They did Deep Blue Sea recently, and
that
that
was
is
a great
also
episode.
another guilty pleasure movie of mine. I really like Deep Blue Sea. Movies.
It just makes
I
me
love
think of the Samuel L. Jackson beer commercial.
It'll get you drunk.
Makes me think of the
A
Clerks
shark
cartoon.
ate me. A motherfucking shark ate me.
Bitch.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
I don't have normal TV, and I have not seen that commercial.
Oh crap!
Oh no.
I got you, homie.
Yeah.
That's right, meow. Got you. Bitch.
I'll have a Sam Jackson. Oh, I'll have a Sam Jackson too.
Funniest to ever, Samuel Jackson. It's my beer. Is that the Dave Chappelle one?
I don't know if
Oh,
you
in
can
chat.
play it for the chat.
Oh, take it out of chat. Quick, take it out of chat. Mod it.
No, I mean like they can click it and link it. I don't know if Ben
Yeah.
should stream it.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
speak.
because you'll hear it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
I've got to
not
pull up.
clean.
I will listen.
Much like us, it is not clean.
It's it's got language.
showered.
We'll say that.
2 days
Okay.
ago. Wait, what?
What?
Nothing.
What?
Whatever. It's cold
Hey,
where you are.
Hey, look,
It is. It's cold.
showers are important sometimes.
I agree.
Have you ever had the moment where like you look at your shower?
You
and you're
wanted
like,
to take a shower?
When was
Yes.
the last time I did this?
Yeah.
No.
I've definitely had like a stretch of days where I go completely shithouse and
Ben,
just
you're alone in this.
I know. I am. I'm the weird person who, like, when I work from home, I still like get up, shower, and get ready and stuff.
Like,
yeah.
I don't
Don't
stay in
I-
PJs all day and stuff.
Don't get me wrong. I like grooming habits for me are pretty good. I would say strong. I'm typically a clean person, but there have been occasional times where I like go in and like I'll have clearly like there will be some indicator because like when I buzz my head, I do it in the shower because it's just easier to get the hair that way.
Yeah.
And like I can tell that I have done that. Not that the hair's still there. First of all, let me be clear because I realize I'm painting an extra gross picture by doing that.
No, but like
It-
we all get that though.
But I'm like, oh yeah, I had just done that. Oh wait, that was 2 days ago. Oh
Yeah.
wait, I haven't showered since then. Oh
Yeah, it's
crap.
just- Funny how like you don't think about it a lot. It's just something that you do.
Yeah.
And then when you haven't done it, it's not like, oh, I should do that. It's more like, huh. Interesting.
Huh, I'm a bad person, but at least I'm only bad to myself.
Yeah. I do that a lot in the winter because like I can go out if I'm not going to work, obviously, but I can go out in a big coat, and nobody's the wiser.
Yeah.
You
got
just
a
keep
coat
all
on.
that in.
Yeah, exactly. All the horribleness inside. And like lately, because it's been so cold, I've only have one onesie. So I keep having to wash it. It's made out of fleece and it's actually like a grumpy bear onesie. But it's just like it traps all of you in, So when you undo that onesie, it's just like, oh, there I am. That's been cooking in there for a while.
We've been brewing something,
Yeah.
and it's here.
And it's like I was wearing it so much over the holidays that like at one point, I don't remember, but at one point I put it on without pants on, so I was just using it as pants. So like at one point I took it off and I was just wearing a shirt and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. How long have I been wearing this?" I don't have pants now. Okay, cool.
Look, the important thing is we are all so lucky that we are not in the Truman Show and people are seeing
Yeah.
what our day-to-day lives are. I've told this story on the
Or
show
are
before
we?
at some point, so I'm willing to go back and tell it again, even though it's pretty bad. But Ben and I went and saw some movie after Azeroth Roundtable one time, and I got Junior Mints to eat. And while I was eating them, one slipped out of my hand, and I thought I heard it hit the floor. Apparently it didn't. Apparently it hit the seat. And
Oh,
it melted over the course of the movie, and I didn't realize it, and I went about my business, and I went about my life. And I came home, and I was on my computer, and I was like, all right, well, time to go to bed. And I stood up, and I turned around to push my chair in, and there's this brown stain on my computer chair. And so I leaned down, and I was like, oh, God, what is that? So, of course, I smelled it.
You have to.
You have to. You wouldn't do that if other people were around. If other people were around, you would freak out.
Nor would you do it if somebody else did it.
Because you're just by yourself. You're like, well, I got to smell this. I need to know. I may regret it, but I'm going to have to smell it. I was like, oh,
I smell amazing.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Smell check.
Hold on. I'm rethinking lifestyles now. Hold on.
It's like, if I smell like that, how can I profit from this?
Yeah, what's the power? I had a friend whose brother, when he farted, it smelled like roses.
Really?
Shut up.
Yeah, no, seriously.
How do you know this?
Like, it was kind of gross, because, like, I was over there and I was like, what's that smell? Or no, the first time was his brother farted, and all of a sudden, like, my friend, he freaks out and he's like, Jesse, you farted. And I was like laughing. And then I was like, I don't smell anything. And he's all, yeah, it's because they smell like roses. And I was like, what?
So weird.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing that happens.
I would have thought that was a joke. I would not have paid attention to that.
Completely true. All of a sudden, the room smelled like potpourri.
Maybe I had one of those butt air fresheners.
I'm convinced he ate potpourri as a child, and like he just did something to the internals somewhere along the way.
It kicked the gland out. And...
When my brother was little, my cousin and I played this game where like every time you farted, if somebody yelled doorknob, you'd have to like run to the doorknob and touch it, or else you'd get like beaten up. But the only way to like save yourself from that would be to say safety. So my brother just got into the habit of like every time he farted, he would say safety, and then that just like transcended like a decade, just like years and years of just my brother just like muttering safety. I'd be like, fun times.
Interesting.
That's very strange.
Doorknob.
How does that game get created? Like,
I don't know. It's really cold a lot of the time, so we don't have a lot to do. That's why we like video games and making up weird games. Like, we had one of those like giant loungy pillows that you put on the ground. My brother was small enough to fit like inside, so we like shoved him in the pillowcase, and he'd run around yelling, "I'm Sack Man." Good times.
All right.
Anyway,
I'm Sack Man.
Yeah.
That concludes
our smell my pants.
Our second podcast of the night.
Want to smell my junior mint?
Hold on, wait, does that work? No,
Yeah, it
probably
works.
not. No.
One way.
Yeah, it depends.
If you're wearing depends. Ew.
Terry, the worst thing I heard somebody say after farting, that would be, I haven't smelled it yet, but it came out hot.
It came out hot.
I feel like that could mean two very different things.
Yeah.
Like, was it just like a hot blast of air, or was it like a hot?
Or did you have something like spicy earlier?
We're coming in hot. Get ready.
Or is it really
Coming out
fast?
hot.
Coming out hot. And now we are on our show.
Well,
Welcome everyone to the LB Stream.
Now it's like he like whips out like a steam whistle.
What, out of his pants?
Sorry, Cormac.
Oh my god.
My face hurts.
Crying
Hey,
now.
guys, this is what your show did. My face literally hurts from smiling. My cheeks hurt from smiling. That's pretty cool.
My cheeks.
You guys did that.
I have podcasting cheeks.
Yeah. Oh, that was good shit, you guys. This is
Yeah.
good shit.
Thank you guys so much. This has been
Yeah.
the best way to
Always
start
fun.
the weekend.
Hell yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us,
Yeah, it
guys.
is.
So chat room, we're gonna say a great big thank you for joining us. You're all
Thanks,
the
chat room.
best. You
everybody.
remain
You're
awesome,
awesome.
and fantastic, and we think you're all great. And I always plan to play music at the end, but somewhere along the way, I always close Spotify, and then I have to buy a bunch of time by talking about how I close Spotify, so that I
Wait,
can
John,
properly end the
if
show.
you were going to actually play some music at the very end, don't you think that maybe Spotify would be a good thing to have?
Yeah,
I hear that that's a very good
I
music
probably
service.
shouldn't have closed it. It's the way it goes sometimes. All right, that's it. Show's over, everybody. Thanks. You're all great. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.